Hello, good morning everybody, and welcome to a new morning. So, I haven't had anything from Strider yet, so I thought I might as well be a little bit productive and do a little bit of a mining mission. For I can only presume that Strider's gonna want me to continue on my rover. Now that is a guess, I don't know that that's the case, but that's what I'm thinking. Ooh, what is this? What's in this rock? Silver. Okay, we don't need silver. But yeah, now that we have to travel about 3 kilometers each way, it's well, no, it'd be almost 4 kilometers each way. It takes a little bit of time, especially that this rover really can't go above like 25-30 meters a second without it being a little bit scary. I really can't wait to get my other rover finished, because it will just allow me to do so much more. So, hello, big hill. Ugh. Also, it's very front heavy when it's in this orientation. So, yes, but we'll get this all dropped off, and we'll head into my little house, and we'll see if Strider has a mission for me. Or I'm guessing that's probably. Yeah, I'm guessing he'll just ask me to do a continuation, but we will find out. I'll be there once he's actually communicates. That's probably a good idea. Okay. So let's see if Strider has a unique mission for us today, or whether it's just going to be to continue on with my little rover, which I actually can't see from over here. Just about over there. Right. Let's see.
Well, would you look at that? You've got yourself a chassis, wheels and suspension. Solid work. Looks like something that might actually survive this dust ball. But a skeleton won't get you far. Now, it's time for you to build the body. Your next mission. Design and construct the main structure and cabin. Install life support systems. That includes oxygen generators, tanks and vents. Build a battery array and make sure power distribution is rock solid. And finally, integrate sensors, ore detectors, antennas, spotlights, the whole package. This rover isn't just going to be for sightseeing. It's going to be your eyes, your ears, and your lungs when you're miles away from the crash site. But remember, keep it modular. Future upgrades are coming, whether you're ready or not. Keep it sturdy. Storms, dunes, and the occasional spider won't care about pretty designs. And most importantly, keep it practical. No point looking cool if you suffocate halfway through the job, but I will give you bonus points if it does look good. Get it pressurized, get it wired, get it moving. You're not just driving into the desert, you're laying the first tracks for everything that comes after. Stay sharp, stay breathing, Strider out.
So yeah, he pretty much wants us, or me, to do exactly what I thought. It's a continuation of this, so he wants to build. You know what? I'm guessing I'll have yes, a new data pad. Complete the heavy exploration vehicle. So I need to design and build a fully enclosed pressurized cabin. I need to install oxygen tanks, generators, and a ventilation system. I need to build and wire a reliable battery and power distribution system. I need to add ore detectors, antennas, spotlights and sensor equipment, and I need to test for full operational range and life support redundancy. Okay, so he wants redundancy, he wants a nice, well, he wants me to build a sort of enclosed cabin, which makes sense. I don't particularly want to just be having to carry oxygen bottles all the time when I'm driving long distances. Can you get off my thing, please? You little spider. Good. Okay. So yeah, it's exactly what I thought it would be, but it sounds like a lot of fun. How are we doing on battery storage? What I should really have done is set these to recharge, because they probably would have been charged by now. Oh well. Leave him on charge. Okay. So we have got some iron, I'm guessing. Yeah, we've got a bit of iron there. What have we got in here? Okay, so we're looking at about 3k iron. Probably going to get to nearly, maybe 4k almost. Okay, so that's not too bad. And then in terms of other resources, we're doing fine. Nickel and silicon. We get plenty from just refining the stone for them. Okay, so how are we going to make this front section? There's a couple of different ways to do it. Obviously, with this being a 10-wheel drive, these back wheels are predominantly going to be to hold the cargo, and this section here is going to be for the main cabin. So I probably want it to go maybe just over the wheel suspension. I mean, it's probably going to go forward, and I'm thinking maybe like a diagonal that kind of way, because obviously then it gives nice viewpoints straight and forward. It's just sort of how far forward do I want this to stick. I could really go sort of low profile, so it sort of goes low. That doesn't give me much ground clearance, so I'm thinking maybe as long as this angle here has got clearance for like a 45 degree, anything here, so I can probably go up to about that section there, and then sort of build off it, and that will just give me quite a lot of space to do anything I want there. I can have a little space if I want to build a crane system, and then probably from this point onwards it can be all of the cargo, or whatever I'm going to shove on the back of it. It could be even a trailer system. But I think that makes sense for now. So, yeah, that was a whole... How are we going to get this built? Let me do some building, some designing, some testing, and I'll be back in just a second, I think. That's where the sun is. Let's see how far the sun goes up before I make a good plan. Oh, Strider, my boy, you have sent me on a bit of a challenge, haven't you? Right, let's work this thing out. Alright, so a little bit of time has passed, as you can probably guess. And in all honesty, I haven't made too much progress. I've gone through about 17 different designs. And this is kind of a reason why I was like, I'm not going to show this on camera. Because... there is stone. Because I take way too long to design things. And as you can probably see here, I am at not a standstill, because I like this part. But I just have to work out how I want this side to work. So I'm in two sort of mindsets at the moment, and I'll try and explain them. One of them is I want to kind of make it look like a realistic type truck. So where, you've got the body which sort of goes somewhat over the wheels, so you've got wheel wells and all that kind of thing. And the other side is where you sort of end the body sort of here and here. And then you'd have your cabin in this bit, and then the wheels are almost like sticking off the side either way. Bit like almost like a moon rover kind of jam. And I don't know. I've had the wheel bits lower, and I've had it higher now, and I kind of like it higher. And I'm adding this sort of like lip here, as you can see, where it just sort of follows a lip all the way along, and I quite like that. So I think this is a sort of design I'm going to go for. And then from this part, the main sort of cabin will actually bolt onto this. And this is a sort of like base plate, which will go probably a little bit lower. Like, it'll probably go like diagonally down from here, and then stay flat for the rest. But yeah, we are sort of getting there. I can install some like hooks onto this point, so I can attach things to it if I want. Same on the middle bit, I've got a nice attachment point right here. I've sort of angled the front which connects to the bars, like the main beams. And that makes it quite strong, and it can also nice flow into these sort of curved bits, so it'll all look good in the end. And obviously it's got plenty of space for compression. there's a lot of spiders about, and I've been attacked so many times by spiders. I really need to get some like defenses or something online. That would be nice. Now I just need to work out exactly what I want to do at this point. I don't 100% know yet how I definitely want this to look, which, in all honesty, I'm quite enjoying. I kind of want to make it quite, not square, but kind of like, quite square, almost. I think even once I get this bit in, I'll have plenty of space. I've decided that I'm going to have the door to access it directly in the middle, I think. So that means, you know, I'll have sort of 3 blocks gap. And on one side we'll have a crane, like a folding crane section, and on the other I'll have a staircase or a ramp or something which will allow me to get up. But yeah, the main thing, which isn't a bad thing, but it's really wide, right? So if these blocks, or between the 2 wheels, it's actually whatever it is, 5 blocks. So if these were chucked in by a block, everything would be a bit narrower and it would probably be a bit more proportionate. But I haven't done that, and I'm gonna have to live with that, because I'm not changing it now. So yeah, let's stop the fussing and start getting on building. It's probably already going to take me another day, so right, cool. Okay, so a decent amount more time has passed, and as you can see, the sun has now gone behind this mountain, which isn't the best, but you know, we will survive. So I've got this far, basically. So this is the kind of design which I'm going for. I'm using a lot of these kind of panels. You see panels here, and then we're going to go with 2 of these windows with a like reinforcing gap between them, and then we'll have obviously this one. Then we're going to switch to some sort of beam blocks for the roof just to add a bit of strength, and as you can see, it's got a good sized window. As you can probably see, I've also got a seat here, which, as you can probably guess, it spins. Let's see if I can get it to spin. Spin. No? I think the update has broken my grabby mod. Oh, that's fun. Cool. As you can see, it spins. Which allows me to get... Now, for first, the seat viewpoint, pretty good. Pretty nice vantage point. I can also see out the windows, which I'll also be able to see out the other side. Not too bad. It's going to be a 1-seater. I'll be able to have the little controls and screens and bits and stuff in place. And then from here, I'll be able to have like a little bedroom. And on here, like a kitchen / living bit. I've got space underneath to add piping, you know, tanks, probably a couple of small batteries. And then I've got obviously still got all of this space at the back to do anything else I need to get done. But obviously it's getting nighttime, and I'm sure Strider's probably going to start understanding that these missions that he's giving me, they're going to take more than a day, you know? It's a lot of stuff to do, and yeah, but we will get there. We will definitely get there. Hello, Spider. You guys have been an absolute pest at the moment. Luckily, you can't really climb up because I'm raised up. But yeah, we're doing good. I've got a lot of these. I've got a couple of windows in just to sort of see what they look like, because I always forget what they actually look like compared to the closed off bit. But I think that looked fine. There's obviously that line, but I'm sure that'll be fine as well. I don't know if that's going to be classed as pressurized though. I actually can't remember, but we will work it out. So, going forth, I need to do the same on the other side. So as you can see, I've added this kind of like curved window look. And don't worry, this isn't going to be the overall finished design of this. I'm planning on adding a little bit more armor going around. I also plan on adding a little bit of detail to the sides. As you can see, the lip which I've running around has continued, and I've also added a little bit more armor trim, which I think looks good from the bottom. It'll definitely look better when I do a bit of more of a two-tone look. At the moment it's all painted, or all the top sections painted one colour. When I add like that bottom line as being one colour and then the top being a different bit, it'll proper add like a change of material and change of look. But obviously that is the last point I need to work on. I think I'm not going to work on the I might work on the little ramp slash lift thing which will go here, because obviously the door's going to go here, but I'm definitely not going to work on the crane, and I'm not going to work on anything back here for now. I think at some point I'm going to be putting like a trailer hitch at this point, and then I'm also going to make it so it can lock onto bigger bits and pieces. I don't know, we'll work it out when we get there. But I need to get on with some more building. I'm probably going to be building throughout the night, so I'll probably see you next morning. And yeah, hopefully we'll make more progress. See you guys in just a little bit. So the sun is thinking about rising. I actually don't know. We are definitely late throughout the night. And you never guess what? We ran out of iron again. Woo, yay! So we've done another iron run. This time we've actually got a really good amount. As you can probably see. That's a good, probably, what will be 30... Oh, probably about 40k iron. So that's not too bad. Yeah, but we'll get as much of this refined as possible and continue. The last thing I want to get done before the morning is I want to try and get the whole thing airtight. I don't really. I'm going to show you properly during the daytime, just because obviously nighttime, nightmare to see. So I will see you. We'll see you during the daytime. I should have slept at least some of it. You know what? Once I've got this done, I'm going to sleep until the morning. At least give me a couple hours sleep. Yeah. I'll see you then, boys. Alright. So, a decent amount of time has passed. The morning has rolled around. I have had a little nappy nap. And the rover, as you can probably see in front of me, is taking shape. Is it done? No, definitely not. But are we getting somewhere close? I would say so. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I'll have to see what Strider thinks, and all of Strider's companions. Wink, wink. Ooh, hello, spiders. There's a lot of you guys. But yeah, I think it is quite cool. Hello, spider. Boop, 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 boop. Good. Yeah, I've gone with the green just because I think it looks kind of cool, and obviously there is no green in this planet, so I think it's quite a good contrasting colour. Looks like we've got a spider which is trying to come on from beneath the tyre. So that's fine. Am I going to keep with the blue for the wheels? I don't know. Probably not. But it looks unique, right? And that's kind of the main thing. If we was to come over here, I still haven't designed this part, but we got a little ramp up. Oh, okay. Jump straight over it. That's good. Nope. Okay. Let's try that again. You guys didn't see nothing. There we go. We can go inside, we can close the door, and we can press this button, which is going to blast a load of oxygen in. As you can see, it's nice breathable. And I can take my helmet off. Woo, yes! From inside, you can see I've basically built or worked on two things. One, the seat, which is on a little stool. I still need to work on this. We have our little auction system here, which I could definitely still improve. I could set it all up so there's event controls and things that detect how much pressure is and then only let the door open after that. And I probably would sort all that system out, but I don't need to right now. But the most important thing is I have designed the kitchen. As you can see here, we have a nice coffee machine for all of the tea, not coffee, because tea is the best. I've got a nice marble countertop. I have my sink, of course. What else do I have? I've got a microwave down here. I've got a couple of food processors and hydroponic for a farm, so I can grow some stuff if I want and get some stuff for food. I don't know, can I shove that in there? I actually can't remember what I can and can't do with these. I need organics, gravel, and drinking water. Coffee. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff, right? Got it. Reclaimed. I also have an oven. So that's all fancy. I think I'm going to be shoving my bed probably over here somewhere. And then obviously I've just got my nice... I've added as many windows as you can probably see to this thing as possible. But it's all nice and pressurized. It's all good. You can look out and see everything you need to. And you're nice and safe. It's fairly armoured. Oops. Let's put a helmet on. That's probably a good safe idea. It's nice and armoured. It's pretty cool. I've added some mass blocks beneath just to keep the weight down. Haven't designed this back section yet because I actually don't know how I want it to look right now. So we can work that one out. But what I actually want to do, you know what? Let's do a little seat, and let's do a little bit of a cinematic to show this vehicle, what it's like, how good it is, all that glorious fun stuff. Okay, so as you can probably see, I personally think it looks kind of cool. It's different, and to be honest, in all honesty, I don't think I'm that good at building vehicles, so it's all right. I'm sure people can design way cooler things than I can. But you know, it'll do. It will work. It's got a little bit of shape, but the main thing is it's got to be rugged. It's nice and heavy. It's or about 65,000 kilograms in weight, so not too bad. It's got a nice suspension system which works. So you know it ticks all the boxes for me. Like if I came driving over here, you'll be able to see. It does just generally work quite nicely. Back wheels, not so much because they're all attached, but... And it's got ground clearance. Like you can drive over this. Maybe. I've got power. I do not have power. Let's see, can I increase the power of this a little bit? Oh. Definitely. Good. Ooh, maybe not crunch the battery quite as hard either. But yeah, it drives. It drives quite nicely. It can go up and down and around, and yeah, like I can get some speed. View from in the first person, it's not bad. Yeah, you can easily get around. Going over the up and down the dunes, it's nice and stable. I'm quite happy with it. If I go open here. Nothing in front of me, that's fine. Let's give it some beans and... yeah. It's not bad. And again, just to show off the suspension again. It's definitely got a nice amount. A little bit of rock rolling. Oh yeah. Look at it. Majestic. But yeah, it's not too bad. It's got oxygen. It isn't, you know, got a tank which has got 72% full. I can extract some from the atmosphere so it's nice and easy. I haven't shoved any cargo on it yet, but I can easily sort that. That won't take too long. But yeah, it's a really, I think this will work quite nicely as a modular, for the front, and then the whole back can just be a modular frame. I'm looking forward to seeing what Strider wants me to do next with it. But I think I'm gonna go for a little more longer of a nap. We'll see if Strider contacts me at some point. But I don't know. I think I might just leave it for the rest of today. Might get a little bit of chores doing. I might do a little bit more tweaking later. I don't know. But yeah. I hope you all have a lovely day. And I'll see you tomorrow for another glorious day in Anteros.